Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Checking in one final time for the day. Um, you can see the title. Together we will always win. And I mean that. I don't say those things in a manner of being cliche. I firmly believe that together there is nothing we can't accomplish. Um, I think that as long as we are on um, one accord, as long as we have a, a, a solid plan, um, we can move forward. I said this some months ago when we talked about the mental state of America. And what I do know is the dynamics, shall I say, of the US falls on us all individually. Yes, we have leadership. Yes, we have government. Yes, we have those who are in charge, but it's up to us to um, do our part. Um, I made it my business today to try to make myself visible. Not that I'm this major source of influence, but to encourage people to get out and vote. It's not just about, like, I don't know if you can see my shirt, but it says power in our vote since 1913, right? Um, and 1913 is the year my sorority was founded. But also in that year, um, my sorority marched in the women's suffrage march. Um, and that was huge because you're talking about a group at that time of predominantly Black women marching for women's rights. And so when we say my vote doesn't count, my vote doesn't matter, it's all um, systematic issues and this whole thing is not set up for us, and all those things are, yeah, the system sometimes it isn't failing, is designed the exact is working the way it was designed to not include us. Hey, gossip girl. 20, thank you for coming in. Hey, in Rachel's Place, thank you for coming in. Hey, it's me, Winston. Thank you so much for coming in. Mr. Fulton, thank you. Thank you for even being a member. Thank you so much. Happy election day to you. And I'm so proud of you for voting today. But here's the thing, y'all. And this is me just talking to y'all on a level that I know how to talk. That, not trying to puff up any big words. In order for these laws to apply, to work for us, we first, and when I say us, I'm talking about the least of these, Black and brown people, lower class individuals of any race. We need to know the laws. First and foremost, gotta know the laws. I can scream, go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote. But if we're not participating in these midterm elections, when laws are being brought forth, if we're not communicating with our senators and our governors and even the mayors, and then in some counties there's your city mayor, then your county mayor, and then you have your commissioners, and then you have your um, uh, uh, different board members. If we're not understanding those positions, it really doesn't matter who is president, because there's still a system that works up there where the president can't just do what he wants to do. He is there's a checks and balance system in place. And so what has truthfully occurred for me, just on a blind, not blind, but just on the surface look, is so much hatred and turmoil has been spewed over the last 4 years, that no one can see beyond the fact that he hadn't done anything that he said he was going to do. And this isn't my time to bash him. This isn't my time to speak against him. It's just truly me saying, I remember how I felt that Wednesday morning when I woke up and he was president, and here I am 4 years later, and life went on. And if we wake up tomorrow and he's still president, 4 years later, life goes on. We have to make up in our mind who we are, what we want to be, what we want to see, and represent that at all times. One of my thumbnails, and I hadn't put it up yet, on, I don't know if I put it on all three of the videos or just one of them, is a picture of me in DC standing at the podium where the president has press conferences. And the reason why I'm using that thumbnail is to not say, "Oh, I've been to DC. I've talked to legislature. I've done this. I've done that." No, it's to help me remember and to remind others that laws take a process. Getting a law put in place take a process. Getting laws changed is a process. And we have got to do more than just talk about it. We got to actually be about it. Today was great. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a pretty decent day. But here I am. Just got through celebrating with my 9-year-old, and I'm rushing my 24-year-old home. Get home before it gets dark. That's not the America that I grew up in. And it's not the America that I want my children to remember, if that makes any sense. And so we have some responsibility that we have to do ourselves, and it starts in our own communities. I want to read the comments. Gossip Girl says it's fear, frustration, and just turning people against each other. Yes. And the sad part is, y'all, if we don't have time to be against each other right now. And I've seen more. How can I say it? I've seen more of us arguing things that can't be changed in an instant than focusing on the fact that today is a day that a vote needs to be made. If you're one to vote, if you're not one to vote, don't feel pressured. If your religion doesn't vote, don't feel pressured. This isn't to pressure you, because for me, in the end, I believe that God is still in control. Mr. Fulton, thank you so much for joining today. I appreciate you. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot to me. Hey, in Rachel's Place. She said, Aisha, is not a race war, it's a war against the poor versus the 1%. Well, I kind of differ because the sad thing is some of the poor are turning um, yeah. I'm gonna just kind of reserve that one. But it's definitely racial tension, and it's on all levels of um, socioeconomic statuses. Like it's yeah, high key and more, but our children are being fed violence. And see, here's the thing we have to think about with that. Think about some of the songs that we listened to growing up. We talk about that they were love songs and they were this, but even some of the things that our parents listened to. But there was some music, some Marvin Gaye songs, some Lord, I can't even think of some of the people that were revolutionary songs. Think about F the Police by NWA in that's when we were kids. I mean, I don't know your age, but that's when I was a kid. Um Gospel Girl said, unfortunately, I believe our country has opened a Pandora's box. I believe it will get worse before it get better. That happens. Hey, twin, I love you. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate you for doing that. Um, and even with a Pandora's box, we kind of have to. I think. Hi, is it Yemez? Thank you for coming in. I'm well. How are you? I think that, and again, this is just my opinion. This does not represent the opinion of the sorority that I'm a part of. Thank you so much for watching me. It's just my opinion. I think that if we all make a conscious effort, one, to be better individuals, two, to make an effort to change some things in our community, three, have some self introspection to see what do we offer to the world. Am I giving back to my community? And it doesn't necessarily mean going back to your childhood community, but just the community that you live in. For what type of rapport are you building with your commissioners and those who are tangible to you in your city, or are you just allowing these people to be elected and assuming that they're doing what they're supposed to do? But are you going to the board meetings that they have? Are you going to your school board meetings? Are you going to the county commission or county clerks or whatever meetings? Are you listening over the internet to your governor meetings and what's going on in the Senate and legislation? Because that's where everything happens. That's where change occurs. And so many laws and so many things happen right under our noses because we don't pay attention. We don't pay attention. And we're all held accountable for that. Anybody that has a platform, anybody that is famous, people can say what they want to say about Cardi B. But one thing that I can respect is she knows she has a platform. So therefore, I want to try to use my platform to help people from whence I came, as the old people say. For me, my husband said, I want to move back into the neighborhood I grew up in. Sure, why not? Let's go. So that puts me right in the action. That means I'm not some outsider coming in to try to make change. I can make change from within. It sounds easy. It's not super easy. Um, yeah, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Modest Nation said 3 times in one day. Wow. Yes, today is Super Tuesday. So this was my way of honoring my mother. My mother was a strong advocate for voting and voting rights and having the right to vote. Um, she had no problem with going and knocking on people's doors and saying, "Hey, you need a ride? You been to the poll? You good?" You know what I'm saying? And so I just thought, why not do it this way? Why not honor her like this? Yeah, miss, thank you so much for um joining. Yes, power. Um my channel. I appreciate you. Um I just know that I'm not losing hope. And I hadn't looked at any numbers today. I can't tell you who is close, who's not. My head already hurts, y'all. And I don't know if it's sinus or I didn't eat till probably about 2 hours ago. No, it was 2 o'clock. I ate something, but my head was hurting before then. And then I just had a slice of pizza, and that probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. And so I do have a headache. So 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not gonna even stay up to see who won the actual election. What I will do is come back in the morning with a video of encouragement for us as a whole, no matter who's the president, because the thing is, we still have to do our due diligence, do our part. I'm okay, Modest. I can't complain. I just refuse to live in fear. Protect yourself, yes. But don't live in fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. Don't live in fear. Yeah. And so is there probably a lot of underhanded stuff going on? Are there some hateful people out in the world tonight just ready to cut up? What can we do besides pray, use wisdom, and live to face another day? This world and these United States have seen worse. And we made it through. Think about it like this. You are the descendants of somebody who came across waters in some of the most inhumane conditions and probably went through some of the most inhumane treatments and never got their 40 acres and a mule. Yet, somehow, that bloodline continued and it produced you, and you're still here. So you still have strength, you still have power, you still have knowledge. Like the world is yours and it's right before you. It's our job to do diligence. It's our job to not just wait until the next 4 years. Know that in 2 there will be another mid-year election. It's our job to, I know for me, for my county, to actually go over and see who are all the elected officials, what were their promises, and are they being kept? And if we can all do that for our community, I think that will lead to a better world. If by chance someone sees this video that has hatred in your heart for people of different colors, nationality, and backgrounds, people who you don't consider pure, let me tell you, you're not pure either. We all come from a woman and a man. Okay? And so there's no such thing as pure. We're all humans. We all bleed the same. We can all love the same. If you choose to hate, that's on you. But I choose to love. Now, don't get love twisted. Y'all know my favorite saying is the great late Tupac. I'm not no killer, but don't push me. And so yeah, I just wanted to come back one last time for today and say thank you so much, UMass. Thank you. And say that no matter who wins this election, we are better together. And as long as we're striving together as a people to move forward, we're all winners. And that's really all I have about that. Yeah. Because what I do know, and that's just me, is just like there's people praying for Trump, there are people praying for Biden. And in the end, it's going to be who God allows. And sometimes what is allowed isn't necessarily because it's the best thing. It's a result of our actions and some of the things that we've allowed to occur. America's history isn't clean. There's a lot of blood on her hands. And so there's a lot of blood on our soul. And when you think about it like that, the Bible tells us it rains on the just as well as the unjust. So yeah, we're better together. Let's stay mindful of that. Let's love on each other as best we can. Let's not judge each other. Let's remember that all of us are 2 steps away from, not even 2, a half a step away from probably being at our lowest point. I've literally seen people up in the morning and gone in the evening. I've had my own experience of my husband being employed with a 6-figure job in the morning for 11 years and then laid off in the evening. And so nothing is promised. Nothing is promised. And so with that being said, make the best with the time that we have. Don't let this election consume you. Don't let it turn you angry or bitter. And I'm not telling you not to experience righteous anger, because we can't experience righteous anger. There's some things that's happening right now that's just not okay. But at the same time, let's start being more strategic so we can know how to handle these things in a way that is appropriate and proactive instead of reactive. Amen. So With that being said, I pray that you all have had an amazing Super Tuesday. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. I've enjoyed coming on 3 times today. This is definitely a first for me in YouTube history. I did do 2 for a while. I can't promise you that this will be an everyday thing, but I knew I had to do this today. Y'all, there will always be peace here. There will always be joy, love, and a safe place to have the uncomfortable but necessary conversations. So I'll be here tomorrow and we can talk about it. But the key is know that we hold the key. We hold everything that we need in our hands to be our best selves. Don't sleep on your gift. Don't sleep on your gift. Whatever that may be. Don't sleep on your gift. Don't allow your past to hinder your gift. Don't allow people of your past to hinder your gift. Don't allow yourself to get in the way of your gift. And a lot of times we don't get to where we have to be, and it's not because of anybody else, it's because of us. And somewhere deep down inside, it's because we feel I'm not worthy. Guess what? You're not worthy. But God's grace is sufficient. And because He's worthy, that makes you worthy. So I encourage you, whatever your dreams are, whatever your aspirations are, whatever your goals, whatever you want to achieve before the end of 2020, because 2020 has literally whooped all of us. Go for it. You can do it. No matter who's president tomorrow, it's not going to stop you. So, yeah, that's what I got. And if you didn't make it to vote, don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. Learn from this moment. Get a greater understanding. And just make a decision to do and be better. And you can start first at home, in your home, making sure your home is aware, and then spread out to your community, and then take it further. So with that being said, I thank y'all so much for taking the time with me today. For those of you that were here from 7 this morning to my midday to tonight, I thank you. I am about to go and take me an ibuprofen for this headache. I think I'm gonna read a book. I got like 3 books that I need to read. And I do have homework I still need to do, but I think I'm gonna turn all that off. And read a book. And when the polls close and the numbers come in, I'll know just like I knew 4 years ago. When I wake up in the morning and I look at the news and it will tell me one way or the other. Probably will have a Groundhog's Day tomorrow. And if I do, oh well. And if I don't, it's oh well. Because the thing is, I'm not looking to either of them to be a superhero or my savior. I'm not looking for either of them, no pun intended, to be the great white hope. I'm not. So yeah. With that being said, I love you guys. And it feels so good to be back in the presence of you guys. Like, I've smiled so much today, and I think it's because of you guys. Not to mention my baby is 9. I can't wait to share some of the pictures with y'all. She's just, yeah, my heart. I love that little girl. So yeah, hug somebody that's close to you in the house with you that you know that don't have Rona. Tell somebody you love them, and I dare you to just speak to someone that doesn't look like you. Yes. And together, we're better. We are better together. And I'm gonna leave us on that note, y'all. I'm about to take an aspirin, not aspirin, a Motrin, and sadly, I probably shouldn't be drinking this, but a Coke. Hoping the caffeine will help take the headache away. But know that there's power in your vote, and there's power in you, and that you have the ability to change the world one person at a time, starting with you. Sending lots of love, joy, peace, blessings your way. Happiness comes from within. So you have to find that one. Have a good night. I love you guys. I'll try to see you tomorrow. Bye.